I got something for you, Jeff Huffman.
Do you? I'm excited.
I'm excited too.
Quintana Samabakia, Cargego, Bandino,
Stanley Cup time! Oh, what's happening, everybody? Welcome to In the Crease. Oh, man, that's... They don't get much better than that. That's electric. Wish that guy spoke English. Well, I guess he does. But a big shout out to the Punjab hockey broadcast at a hockey night in Canada. Strangely enough, I knew a Sikh Indian in Germany that just moved to Vancouver, and I said, you better become a hockey fan. He's like, oh, but I don't understand. They talk too fast. It's like, guess what? They got a Punjab broadcast. No! I mean, he was nuts.
That was beautiful.
He was nuts.
Fitting because it's Benito who scored it. I mean, look at Benito.
Yeah, he looks like he could be a Sikh Indian with that beard that he has.
Yeah.
Everybody, y'all excited? Oh man, it's Stanley Cup time.
I would be more excited, but
yeah. There's a yes and no. I saw a lot of things. I learned more about the Pittsburgh Penguins in the pregame and during the first intermission than I think I learned about them the entire season. I was really impressed, and I'm going to get into why I titled the show the way I titled it, Reevaluating Sidney Crosby. And I am reevaluating Sidney Crosby and pretty much everything that I thought about him. And it's hard, but I always claim to be fair. Jeff Huffman. So I'm going to do that. But before we get this thing started, I want to introduce you to a big announcement that Real Talk, the Metaphor Messiah, is just signed with Afton. Oh God, I hope that I'm saying this right. Afton Shows, aftonshows.com. They're a booking agency. This is a promotion, a huge promotion in Real Talk's world. This is big stuff. His first show will be at the OMD Theater in Las Vegas, Nevada on June 26th. This is also going to give him the opportunity to come to your city. And I'd hope, as a Shot from the Point fan, I hope you give Real your utmost and divided attention. He seems pretty approachable to me, and I think that you could probably definitely go check him out. This is a huge deal for Real, and I'm really proud of him, and we'll talk about that a little later too. But let's get in the game last night. San Jose got the smack in the mouth that I fully expected. Utter domination in the first period, and Sidney Crosby, even though who's the kid's Connor Surrays had the second goal.
Sherry.
Yeah,
Sherry.
And, Rust is making things happen. This is a guy I've been talking about Rust since the first round. This guy already has as many goals or more goals than he did the entire regular season. He reminds me of Claude Lemieux, the way he's turning it on in the playoff time. And it was utter domination. Now, a lot of sports writers are out there saying that the Sharks had nerves. Fair enough. But it's
that first period, possibly.
Okay.
They came back in the second.
Absolutely. And every bit the domination that we saw in the first period that the Penguins really handed out, San Jose handed out a bit of their own. One thing I noticed about the first 2 minutes of the game is the Penguins spent some time on their ass. They had to get used to the size of the Sharks. I mean, the Sharks, they're just they can bully you around and skate with you. But I think, and I don't want to just feel like I'm stealing from NBC so much, but I really think it's just the truth. So whatever if it's a physical, fast game, San Jose will win, as he won the period. If it's just an outright pond hockey match, there's no way Pittsburgh's not coming away with the W. And we saw that in both periods. And in the third period, it was a little bit of both. The momentum shifted back and forth, and just one goal got the Pittsburgh Penguins.
Have your stick on the ice, kids.
Yeah.
Paul Martin stick on the ice. Bonino doesn't get that.
No, absolutely. Stick it head up, stick down, bitches, and then you can be Bonino. But it's the other. There are some concerns though. They were outshot almost by 20 shots. The San Jose Sharks. This is how the Penguins were able to overcome Tampa Bay's firepower. They just brutally outshoot you by controlling the puck and getting it on net. And they limit your shots, something that nobody's really talking about besides us. Yeah, Trevor Daley's good, and Chris Letang is joining the rush, and then also falling back into his defensive responsibilities. But the forwards are the ones taking the passing lanes away from the teams that the Penguins are facing. 20-shot differentials in their last two games. You can't beat a hockey team if you're spotting 20 shots. And both these goalies, Matt Murray and Jones, played amazing. But we saw how amazing Vasilevsky was in the last round, and didn't come away with the win. They lost. Yeah. So I still have all the same concerns for San Jose that I did before. But one thing that I'm absolutely impressed with, two things happened. I think it might be time, not because of history. I think the criticisms over time have been fair. The behavior is unbecoming, and not all criticisms of Sidney Crosby are undeserved. They're not, and they're not sexist either. He's acting like a big bitch, and you could say that. That's not what I see from this year. Now, I've been giving him credit, I'd say the last month or so. But what I saw last night, and really maybe ignored in the last series, is leadership. Sidney Crosby is showing a tremendous amount of leadership on the ice. And last night I saw it off the ice during an interview. Let me explain. Sid, he came into this league as this is the guy, the next one, the guy that's going to take over league and become the face of the league. And that's a lot to live up to. And when you grow up that way, guys like him don't grow up like me and you. Nobody's sitting there. Nobody worshiped the ground that I walked on and say, oh, Sid, you're so talented. You're so beautiful. Sid. And I think Sid, to a certain extent, as a lot of people would, bought into that. And I also think that Sid got the idea that he was beyond reproach, because at every level that he played at prior to that, he was just so far and away the best player on the ice.
Yep. And
I think humility didn't really seep into his character until recently. The pregame show showed Sidney Crosby talking about when he went back-to-back with Detroit. And he got the feeling, and I've heard this out of Jaromir Jagr's mouth and Wayne Gretzky's mouth, that this could be like this every year. And through injury and through playoff screw-ups, and I know he wouldn't say this, and really probably bad behavior choices on the ice, which led to media criticism and fan criticism, he's managed to work through that. Now, you could be two times the leaders in this game. You could be Mark Messier, scream and yell in the locker room, get people pumped up, call big people accountable. That's one way to lead. That's the way I like. And maybe because I come from a military background. I like that. But I also learned in the military that not different styles of leadership are not necessarily bad. And I think the Wayne Gretzky type of leadership, I think that's what we're seeing from Sidney Crosby, the lead by example, because he is coming up with key goals. That setup that he had for Connor Surrey, which, by the way, was a beautiful snipe because he didn't have a good look at the net.
He didn't even see it. He was the last one to see it.
I think so. I think I had a better view of the net than he did. But what a pass. What an effort. Banging it off the boards, getting off the set. That's leading by example. Sid said that he thought he could do it every year, and maybe he expected it. But he didn't. He had to suffer. He had to take shit from the media. He had to take shit from the fans. He had to have embarrassing moments on the ice. You know, slew-footing Ryan Callahan. The ridiculous fight he picked with Zdeno Chara. Punching Ilya Kovalchuk in the balls. Not showing up, acting, just completely losing focus and they're bearing as a captain of a hockey team when they beat the Detroit Red Wings by not really showing up for the handshake. And eventually, I think it was Chris Draper. Was he still on the team then? Took the team off the ice. I really get the feeling that Sid has moved past this point in his life. And I started thinking myself, when I was 28, I started looking back at my life and I started saying, I didn't have to do that. I didn't have to act that way. I could have done it this way and got a better result. And maybe being self-righteous in this position only hurt me and didn't help me. And I wonder if he's 28 now. That's when 28, 30, that's when you start looking back like that. And he's showing it. Look, they've roughed him up in all 4 series. He doesn't complain anymore. He doesn't bitch. Maybe because he finally figured out it does more harm than good. It just pisses off the referees. It makes them not want to cut you a break. He doesn't seem to be working them like he used to. He just goes out and play. And I've never doubted Sidney Crosby's desire to win. Who's the kid from his town in Cole Harbor? The one in Colorado. I'm
McKinnon?
McKinnon. I saw a training video with him and McKinnon last year, and they were training during personal training, but between the both of them. He's so fucking competitive. He would not allow that kid to make him look like anything other than Sidney Crosby. That's what you need to win. That's exactly what you need to win. And the icing on the cake was, I don't know if you saw it last night, was Mike Milbury. He is a player that can take criticism. He looks like a player. This is a quote. He looks like a player that can take criticism. Now, he didn't put it in a past tense. And Milbury expressed it in such a way where it was like, wow, you get that shitty, childish attitude out with this hockey player in this body and this hockey mind. It was almost like, holy shit. And I think I don't
finally,
think
finally he grew up.
I think it happened. Because look, the Penguins have faced losses in these series. They've lost the momentum and got it back. And it seems like he's really doing that. Now, he's never going to be the type of guy, maybe because he's behaved like he has in the past, that commands respect like Mark Messier. But not, like I said, not all leadership styles fit every personality. Going out there and working harder than absolutely everybody, it brings other people's games up. So I think Sid is no longer the kid. He's Sid the captain. And until I see a regression or childish, slamming stuff on the ice, and we've seen this from Jonathan Toews, who's younger than him. He's lost his cool a few times.
Anybody's going to lose their cool from time to time.
Sure. I think
even Captain Serious.
I think we have, and we've seen this from Jonathan Toews, who's younger.
Oh,
what happened to that? I think we have to give Sid the credit that's due. Now, he's not the only one on this team that's leading this team. There's a lot of guys. All the guys I just mentioned, even guys that are on the bench, like Trevor Daley. But this is really amazing, and you got to give credit where credit's due. I don't like the guy. I don't know that he's been all that good for hockey as far as being the face of the league. I think he's the heel.
You can respect him.
I can respect him, but he's also he does serve a purpose too, because it's the Crosby Ovechkin era that we're leaving right now, and Ovechkin playing the face and Crosby playing the heel, or it was probably good for hockey. Him being so polarizing is not necessarily a bad thing for hockey. So if he wants to play the bad guy, and sometimes I get the feeling he likes it, right? That maybe he just gave up on getting people like him. And maybe he doesn't give a shit if people criticize. Maybe he just, wait a minute, that's a part of the job. Maybe it's because he didn't get any sort of criticism. How do you criticize perfection in the juniors and before that and midgets and whatever? How do you criticize him? How do you tell somebody that gifted how to play the game? He already knows more than you. It's like a genius thing. He seems to know stuff before he could possibly have been able to learn it. Chess players show stuff like that. They 7 and 8 year olds play the game like they've been playing 50 years. And Crosby's like that, but for hockey. And we're seeing that. And he doesn't seem to be a big baby. He seems to be a leader. And I'm really impressed. And look, I've been accused of having an anti-Crosby agenda. I've been accused of just hating him. My own brother said that, oh, you have something against that guy. And I said, yeah, his behavior. I don't have to like somebody that doesn't think to show up for a Stanley Cup handshake. It's the ultimate in disrespect. I don't have to like disrespectful people. But I just get the feeling when he said, I'm going to appreciate this one more. Not that I didn't appreciate the ones prior to this. It's just I'm going to appreciate it more because, look, he comes in the league in 2004. By 2007, he's in it. Then he gets it right, and he wins one by 2008 or 9 or whenever it was. He's only 20-something years old. And then the next decade's a bit of a struggle. Next better part of a decade's bigger. But so that's my speech on Sid the Kid. Do you have any disagreements with me, or am I just am I getting sucked up into Sidney? Oh my God, I thought about that too, Jeff.
I mean, you could always be doing that, but no, I really don't think you are, because at the beginning of the year we were talking about how he was dead. I mean, he got off to such a slow start. And maybe that was the turning point where he finally realized, where he figured, he's not invincible, he's not God out there.
Mm-hmm.
And kind of ever since that point, when they brought Sullivan in, and when Crosby started, really he's been on a hot streak since, what was it, late November, around the time Johnson came in.
Mm-hmm.
We can say
Sullivan.
I mean, he's what I say, John?
Yeah, the other way around. That's all right.
You know what I meant. I'm
helping you out.
yeah, I know. Thank you. I need that. Ever since that point, not only him but that entire team, it looks like they have a different mindset.
Yeah. Well, we always used to joke around about Sidney coaching the team. Wasn't there a scene earlier in the year when he had the actual clipboard itself with Johnson, if I'm not mistaken? And then, I think Dave pointed that out. He made the point. I don't get the feeling that Irishman Sullivan allows that. And maybe a situation came where Dave kind of suggested somebody sat him down and said, you can't do this anymore. You got to let Mike take the team. You got to let this type of stuff go through. And maybe he just said, because he's 28 now and he's older, yeah, you're right. Let's give this guy a chance. Instead of trying to oversee everything like LeBron James, which LeBron James I even think should have more championships than he has. Probably earlier in his career.
What is he? 2 and? Correct me if I'm wrong. I don't watch basketball. LeBron's 2 and 5 in the finals.
Something
correct?
like that, yeah. And he
possibly going for 2 and 6 because the Warriors.
The rap on him
is he trolled everybody.
The rap on him is he coaches the team, and we were always very suspicious of that. We were also suspicious of players coming and going. Suspicious of players like Matt Niskanen saying they didn't have proper leadership. Not exactly calling Crosby out.
Yeah.
We always been. Maybe Sid just said maybe my way of doing things isn't right, or Mario called down and said, Mike's the coach. Now, this is all speculation and hearsay, but I don't think anybody could deny, and we could speculate about what it is, that nobody could deny that this guy no longer...
There's something different. There's something different.
Cardona says it's not your grandma's Crosby. I can't deny it. And I got to be honest with you, I'd be scared shitless if I was a Sharks fan. That first period was spooky. It looked like exactly like, and I got to be honest with you, you're going up against guys, their key players have more experience, they've hoisted the comp, versus guys that talk about Plato, watching the movie Cars, and compliment their coach because they're not so hard on them. There's something I didn't bring up yesterday. Pete DeBoer, always considered easy on players in New Jersey like Jaromir Jagr, not really making them go to practice. I don't get the feeling Mike Sullivan allows that. I could be wrong. And Pete DeBoer is, lauded by the San Jose Sharks because the veterans, he's not very tough on them. That's just his style. No, that's his leadership style. But I don't know if that can win you a Stanley Cup. And I don't think that we get through the next 2 weeks without Sidney Crosby hoisting the Stanley Cup and really also putting an end to the Crosby-Ovechkin debate once and for all. The better all-around player is Sidney Crosby, number 87. That's the way I feel about that. 718-395-7660. 718-395-7660. And remember, and don't forget it, Real Talk. Sunday, June 26th at the OMD Theater in Las Vegas, Nevada. Sponsored by AftonShows.com/Real Talk the Truth. Afton, a booking agency from hell. They're going to get Real Talk around the world. He's the next Biggie Smalls. He's going to make it happen. And you can check out this video, Notice Me, on Real Talk's channel. Real Talk, the Metaphor Messiah. Great friend to this broadcast and fantastic dude. One of my consiglieres. Roy in Florida, you're on the air.
Dude, what's going on?
You tell me, brother. What's going on with you?
Nothing. I want you to do a Method Man song in one of the videos.
Which
You do
which
all
song
them
is that?
songs. Huh?
Which one? Which one? I like Method Man.
Oh, you do? Did you grow up with that?
Yeah, I'm about your age, Roy. I'm only like 2-3 years younger than you.
Right.
Yeah.
Or I was thinking, bust something out with the old NWA, fuck the police.
Tell you what, fuck the police. How could they run that? Tell you what, you send me the song, and I'll make a. You've been a fan for a long time. Maybe I'll make a little something just for you. How about that? Would you like that?
Do you do Google Music?
Just send me the song. I'll figure out something. Just send me the music.
Oh, okay.
Send me the song.
Okay.
So what's on your mind? You watch Stanley Cup last night?
All I got to say is, whatever. Fuck that.
Am I
Fuck
wrong
this
though?
shit.
Is it time to cut the kid a break? I mean, he's 3 games away from lifting the Stanley Cup for the second time in his career. Is it unless he has a.
Say,
Go ahead.
I never liked the guy. I
don't like
never
the guy
liked the guy from the start.
Yeah. I think. Well, I didn't like the guy with the start because I had this Eric Lindros vibe around him, even back in 2003, before he was in the league. Like, is this the next? And we've seen like sports organizations do this where they pick guys to shove down our throats. The best example would probably be the WWE, where they just seem to pick guys, and you're gonna love this guy. You know, I don't know, Roy. All right, I'm getting a bunch of calls. I'm gonna take them. Thanks a lot for the call, Roy.
Yeah, I knew I had a call before fucking Sosa, man.
Yeah, you did. When he calls to a snoozer.
But
Kevin
you
Steen.
you know it's fixed. The series is
Oh,
gonna go.
get the hell out of here.
It's gonna go 3-3. It's gonna come down to the last game. Will be the hurrah.
I think it's going to be a blowout. I said Pens in 5. I think the Pens are going to blow these guys out. I don't think they're going to know what hit them. I think San Jose wins 1 game at home, and they're going to wrap it up in Pittsburgh. That's what I
All right,
think.
man.
Yep, that's what I think. I'll talk to you later. 718-395-7660, 718-395-7660. Pittsburgh boy on the phone from Eastern Pennsylvania. Actually, you're living in Virginia. Well, you're Pittsburgh boy.
Yeah.
What's on your mind?
After that second period yesterday, I got a little nervous. I thought they were going to end up blowing it.
I think they just kind of got outplayed and bullied. They do have to be very aware of dealing with the size of the Sharks. The Sharks are huge, and they can skate with them. I think they got to do what they did in the first period. They just have to run and gun because it does put the Sharks defense on their heels. They got to chase down every puck and run and gun it. If it's like they said in the beginning of the broadcast, the American broadcast, whoever forces their will and force it. If they force them into a physical game, San Jose wins. And we saw that in the second period. But if you can force them into an open game, Pittsburgh wins. And I think that's what happened. They forced them into a open game, and we got... A star is born, you know. What else you got, Pittsburgh boy?
Someone that I get bad vibes from San Jose is Brent Burns.
Why do you get bad vibes from him?
I just there's just something about him I don't like.
He's
He
his
seems
own
like a shitty
man.
person to me.
He's
seems
a
like a
shitty
shitty
person.
person to
That's
me.
horrible. Why do you think he's a man? A lot of people would say that about Tommy Wingles, but I don't see it. He seems like a kind of a hippie dude to me, you know, with a shit ton of hockey talent. I don't know why. Any reason you get that kind of weird vibe?
I don't know. I just get the feeling of him that he's someone that's very arrogant. Like I just get that feeling from him.
Really? I don't get that at all. All right, thanks for the call. I got to steam it in, man. I'm gonna try to get to everybody tonight. Take care, Pittsburgh boy. Take care. Martin, Staten Island. How are you, brother?
Not much. Tommy just eating an ice cube.
All right, congratulations. You're eating ice cube. What's on your mind?
That's all I do. It's an obsession. I just love my
God damn, where are your brains, boy?
All right, get to the call.
All right. Well, I thought it was an intense game yesterday, even though Pittsburgh was really
It was intense. It was a fantastic game.
By intense, I mean the first 2 minutes of the game. But Pittsburgh looked really good, and I made a $25 bet today with my friend, so I'm gonna win. $25 because he's wanted San Jose. He said he's going to come back and win the series.
Mm-hmm.
I said that's bullshit because I think Pittsburgh's going to win it probably in 6 or 5.
Because Tommy C said so. Tell him that.
Yeah, because Pittsburgh just looks amazing. I don't think San Jose has the experience of making, like, in the play. Well, they've been doing good this year, but, like, the other years, they're, like, in and out of the playoffs and lose in the first round. But Pittsburgh's a team that already has playoff experience, and they have veteran guys who have held the cup before and could very well just win in 4 if they wanted to.
I tend to agree with you. Look, I could be wrong as far as the games. San Jose's a really good team, and they may be able to adjust to Pittsburgh's game and drag it out to a 6 or 7. I just don't see it happening. I don't feel it.
Oh, me neither.
And I don't feel it. I think this is going to be one of the great tragedies in Joe Thornton's career. You know, that's what I think. I think it really is.
You
All
think
right.
maybe next year San Jose will be any good?
I think this is a fluke. I got to be honest with you. I think they got
I
hot
only,
in the
I only
playoffs.
see this being a one-time thing.
Yeah,
for
if this
them,
is a cash, they got to
honestly.
cash in now.
I don't know if they can. Okay, listen. I think they can be very well this good, like this year, if only they don't make dumb fucking trades in the front office.
Yeah. All right.
Well, I mean, they didn't
Go ahead,
They
Jeff.
didn't blow anybody away in the regular season, and when they got into the postseason, they had a much easier road in their side of the Western Conference.
Mm-hmm. All right. Well, there you go. Let me get to the calls. I'm blowing up here. I'll talk to you later.
By the time, again, not taking anything away from them. By the time they got to the Blues were beaten down, and they took advantage of it.
There you go,
right,
Martin.
well,
talk to you later, brother. All right, Matthew. I gotta move. It's nothing personal. I gotta move it along. Matthew.
It's just funny every time someone gets cut off.
I gotta do it. I can't transfer the calls. Brent Burns, you look like a really creepy person, maybe very arrogant. What's on your mind, brother?
First of all, Pittsburgh's not winning the Stanley Cup.
Why's that?
Because San Jose just has that sort of mentality where they could think. I think it was this Steve Dangle guy that said they have that mentality that this could be their last chance at the Stanley Cup because they've got.
Well, I tell you something. You didn't get that vibe from Joe Thornton when he was being interviewed, at least on the. I don't know it because you sound like you're Scottish, so I don't know if you watch the American broadcast or the Canadian broadcast. You don't get that vibe from Joe Thornton. You don't get this. I really didn't get the sense of urgency from the San Jose Sharks. Now, admittingly, I don't know. It was an off-the-hand comment. I can be reading into it, but when you start to hear that the San Jose Sharks player liked their coach because he's soft, and the other guy's not really interested in watching the Eastern Conference Final, I find that extremely concerning. Now, I could be dead wrong because it's only 2 examples and I'm not in the locker room. But I got to be honest with you, Matthew. I think if you're a San Jose fan, that's got to be concerning. But the upside is always this. They had some nerves. They can come back. They can be physical with Pittsburgh. They can knock them on the ground. They can throw them off the grain. Hell, maybe they can get Sidney to act crazy. I just don't see it. I just don't see it. I hope I'm wrong. I sort of want to see a Crosby meltdown. I want to be wrong. I just don't see it this year, brother. But go ahead. If you have anything else?
Do you think them saying all those soft stuff in interviews could be something to try and get Pittsburgh off the game?
I tell you something. Under normal circumstances, I think Jeff would agree with me, and I think he would agree with me that I would say do that stuff, do this stuff behind the plate. I don't think it's going to have an effect this time. I think these guys are too disciplined. Jeff, I mean, how do you feel about it?
Well, it really takes for San Jose to really catch up to the speed of Pittsburgh.
Look, San Jose's biggest advantage is they're going to pound.
NHL.
San Jose's biggest advantage is they're going to pound these guys in the ground. If they can get them off their game, I don't know, besides Wingles, if they have a true bona fide irritant or
they don't have their Steve
a pest. Well, they don't have a Steve Ott type guy. They don't. I mean, Wingles sort of. But I don't know. But even if you had a player like that, I don't even know that it would work, Matt. I don't want to be down. I feel like I'm bashing your team, and I can only tell you what I feel and what I see, and I hope I'm wrong. If San Jose could force them or force the Penguins into a physical series, I think overall you'll probably see a 6-game, 7-game victory. But I just don't see it happening.
They're a much bigger team than Pittsburgh. They could throw them around.
All right.
Ragdolls.
I think they could, but you got to catch them first. You know what I'm saying,
do
brother?
it first.
You got to catch them.
They're a very fast team. Very fast.
They are a very fast team. but I don't know. You know what? I want to vomit right now because I'm saying too many nice things about Pittsburgh. I really think I'm going to throw up. All right, brother. Thanks for being call. I hope you call again, man. Take care, Matty. Matt's called before, actually. All right, got dude or German Air. That's tough. German Air hasn't called in a while. Germ!
Yeah.
What's on your mind, brother?
Experience. I think that's the big advantage for the Pittsburgh Penguins.
You're just doing it because Sidney's Canadian. That's all. That's you're rooting for Sidney because he's Canadian, right?
No.
But,
you know what? I totally agree with you in the fact that Sidney is now more of an adult leader. Just look at him when he talks with Cassell. I mean, he is on his back after every single shift.
Yeah.
Do that. He's keeping awake. So that's for me. It's a big sign of leadership and experience, man. The Penguins won a cup.
Yeah.
Well, the core,
the key players did. The big
cup.
players did. Yeah. The Letang and the Crosby and the and of course you've getting Malkin. I tend to agree with you. You have anything else, brother?
Bonito.
I'll play a Benito. I'm gonna do a Benito for you. How about that? Just for you. Just for you. Here, I'll give you the whole clip. We'll enjoy it together. Might be the greatest call ever. There it goes. Thanks for the call, man. I'll talk to you later, brother. The dude, Mr. Dude. How are you, sir? Calling from California.
Oh, I'm doing all right, Tommy. Quite honestly, right here, I've been listening to you for a little bit here, and I think you're not really giving enough credit there to the Sharks. I mean,
as far as getting there?
No. I mean, as far as them in this series, I mean, you're sitting there saying that it's going to be Pittsburgh in 5.
Yeah,
I think it's definitely going to be a lot closer than that. Especially with these two teams.
I also said, when I first made the prediction yesterday, I said that I thought there'd be a lot of overtimes. There's losing in 5, and there's losing in 5. If you lose a lot, look, if they go to the next game and the Sharks dominate in Pittsburgh. Like most, and for some reason you get another Benito, and they tied, and it goes 3 periods after that, and then Pittsburgh's able to come up with it, and then they do have a big overtime game in San Jose, and then San Jose wins it, and then they have a normal game in Game 4. Well, guess what? Now you're down 3-2 going into Game 5 back into Pittsburgh. That's the kind of series, the feel that I get from it. I don't know that I'm not giving enough credit as much as I don't have enough faith. And maybe that's
okay. So you're saying it's going to be closer as far as regulation
I think it's going to be close. It's. I don't think the Game 5 is going to tell the tale of the series. I think it's going to be. I think they're all. It was a close game. Who was not entertained last night?
Oh, that game was awesome.
It was awesome.
I mean, I couldn't watch it. I was listening to it on the radio. I was getting hyped up. I mean, it looked like Pittsburgh was going to start running away with this, and then San Jose comes in out of nowhere.
Okay, can San Jose keep up this pace? I'm asking you.
If Pittsburgh can use their speed and get around San Jose's defense, San Jose really doesn't stand that much of a chance.
Okay, now you're thinking like me. But can San Jose take? That's not the question I asked you though. Can San Jose keep up this pace? Can they turn it around in the second period like they did? Can they do what they did in the second period? Can they do that?
I think they can.
You think they can?
Really think
Here's
they
the
can.
thing. I don't know if they can. I don't know.
Well, here's the thing.
Yeah.
Here's the thing with this though. I mean, you're looking at San Jose. Okay. Let's not act like they had this easy, road there to the Cup final. I mean, these are two teams that have both overcome adversity, especially with San Jose getting that LA King monkey off their back there in the first round.
Okay, so Pittsburgh in 7. So Pittsburgh in 7, because then you got to give the experience nod.
That is definitely more of a reasonable thing.
Okay.
Me. I mean,
all right. Well, that's Jeff. That's Jeff's prediction. I have been totally distracted. Okay. Matt Pomade, former drummer of the Creep Show. They're a pretty big band out of Canada. Just came into my chat. I'm an H1Z1 player with him, and it's just really cool to see him in there because he's the biggest celebrity I know besides Real Talk. But check out the Creep Show. They did some really good stuff, especially the stuff that Matt did. And I'm serious. I'm not just plugging. I fucking dig what they were doing. All right, dude. I got some other calls. I'm gonna get to them, but good call, brother. And it's okay to call me out, by the way. Blackhawks fan, you're on the air. Hello.
Oh, I'm on.
You're on. You're on live.
Listen to that other guy. I think it's going to be a good series, honestly. I don't like Pittsburgh at all. But I think San Jose is going to win the whole thing. because obviously they have had a lot of luck, and they got a. I was on a couple of weeks ago, and I said St. Louis was going to win it all because they're a very good team, and St. Louis is going to be very good again next year. I don't think San Jose will be. I mean, they got lucky. They played the Preds. They got lucky there.
I agree with you. I think there's more room to learn, but we're getting to the Hitchcock thing later, which I don't like. But but what you were saying
the thing
again?
is. Right. The thing is I don't see Pittsburgh winning. I don't know. They looked very good last night, but they get the dirty goals you need to get to win playoff games. But if Martin Jones can tighten it up, I don't know. It's gonna be a good series. I'm picking.
I thought he played well last night. I thought both goalies played well. I don't think it was
38-41. I mean, that's
yeah. What do you think about that? I mean, I haven't really asked you. Where do you think the series is going, Jeff?
Well, originally I had the Sharks in 6 because I thought they would. I thought the physical play would take a toll on Pittsburgh, but I mean, it really didn't. It really didn't show last night. I mean, that could change tomorrow night. I mean, they could just go out there and dominate.
Killed them in shots. So Martin Jones, he just show up. I mean, he played very well last night, but they got they got in a couple. I think it was the second goal by Rust. It might have been the first, and he got that rebound right in front.
Yeah, Jones has been pretty shaky with his rebounds. I have noticed.
I did notice that in the first period. Eddie Olczyk pointed that out as well. That's got to tighten up. I don't know that it won't. I don't see Jones being a deciding factor. I think.
No,
because they need to win game 2 for them to have a big chance. They need to win game 2. They can't. They're not going to win a game 5 in Pittsburgh. They got to win game 2. They got to win both games in San Jose. And then they got to compete with them. I don't know. I'm picking San Jose in 6, but if it goes to a game 7, Pittsburgh's gonna.
You're probably right.
Bank through and win it.
I just don't see it.
Though. I don't want to see him with another cup.
I don't want to see it either, but they earn it. They earn it. You know what I'm saying?
They definitely have earned it, but I don't know. But San Jose, they're not going to be good next year because you got to think about it. Chicago got out early. If they played St. Louis in the second round, St. Louis would have beat them.
All right. We got to see next year. We got to.
We'll see next year. San Jose won't get out of the first round next year. Calling it right now.
All right, we'll see.
Get out.
I don't think so either. This is last shot, and they better know that. Let's go Sharks. Talk to you later.
They do have an older. I wouldn't say. Well, yeah, they kind of do have an older team there too. They've been around.
It is older. I mean, that's why I say. Like I think he's kind of right. I think that he. I see more of a future for the Blues than I actually do for the.
I'm not saying they're going to be bad by any means, but.
Yeah, but are they going to get hot? Are they going to get hot in early April, crush their opponent, a really tough opponent, and run it right to the Stanley Cup 2 years in a row? I don't know about that. Yeah. The team's been shaky over the years, on and off, and having all the right stats and still not making the playoffs, and then meltdowns, and it's tough. It's nice to see their stars that are putting up so much production. That's another thing. Guys like Patrick Marleau in the past have gone really cold. So I think all the stars have aligned, and they're running into a brick wall. That's what I think's happened. Kevin Snoza, you're in the chat.
I am.
The call. Yes. No. What? You're on the Joe Cronin show. What do you think?
What?
You're on the Joe Cronin show.
Oh, yeah.
Do you not like Roman Reigns either?
Nah.
No. What's on your mind?
I want to talk about... I do have a bias for hating Pittsburgh, but you cannot say that this game last night was not even. In the beginning, Pittsburgh was dominated, but we see San Jose come back.
And who won that even game? I'm not even saying you're wrong. Who won that game?
Benino.
No, the Pittsburgh Penguins won that game.
But he scored the game.
And you know what? And it could have been Rust, and it could have been a lot of guys. That's the thing.
Murray could have pulled the Brodeur.
There you go. That's another thing. And everybody's talking about Matt Murray. Matt Murray is almost like Brodeur. He didn't have to be good. He doesn't even have to be good. The Pittsburgh forwards are doing the jobs and closing the passing lanes and taking pucks. This is where we used to make fun of Pittsburgh, how they were soft. And they wouldn't do those type of things because they wanted kind of an open, almost Soviet-like free-flowing game. But they do it all. Look, I've been telling you guys for 4 years now. This is my 4th year on the air. Diversity wins championships. And what I mean by diversity, it's not that Ward is on your team. It's you have a balanced attack and a balanced defense. You have the pest. You have the offensive defenseman, the two-way defenseman, the defensive defenseman, the forwards. It doesn't even matter if traditionally that particular player fills that role, as long as they fill the roles that need to be filled. You don't need an enforcer anymore. But that's what I think. That's what makes a great team, and that's what you're seing. You're seeing a balanced playoff hockey team.
Hey,
God, 2 goals by Rust in the game versus the Tampa Bay Bolts. You got anything else, Snoozer?
Go Shot Arcs.
Go Shot. I like the name of your show, the NHL Snooze Fest.
Yeah. Clever title.
It was
Only
clever.
Pure watched, but he stayed awake.
No, I just clicked on it because the title was clever, and then I heard your voice, and I just found something else to do.
And then you typed Z.
Yeah, that's right. I typed Z's in your chat. Mm-hmm. Yeah, go check out Kevin Snooze's NHL Snooze Fest. I think that's great.
I got 99 overall Team of the Year Patrick Kane on my team now.
Nobody cares about HUD.
Nobody cares. Get the hell out of here.
So I'm gonna be amazing.
Okay.
Nobody cares about HUD.
Nobody cares. Nobody cares unless I'm doing it. Yeah.
You know what I do when I go into HUD? I close it out because I immediately get bored and realize
I
stupid.
hate HUD. I fucking hate HUD.
I do too.
It's pay to win. Let's face it.
Yeah, it's pay to win. You get all 99 overalls. You don't have to use...
And it's the most popular game mode. I honestly think the team game mode's the best. That's why I play H1Z1. It's a team game. Yeah.
Yeah, I mean when I play online on sports games, I just go into the standard game. I pick my team.
Yeah.
And that's that.
I don't know. I've played some HUD, but they're like, "Oh, you want money? I already paid €60 for this shit." Ridiculous. All right.
PlayStation 4 and play H1Z1 when it comes out.
All right. You got the nerves. Oh, let's talk about the Patrick Marleau hit. Won't be. Did you see the Marleau hit on Brian Rust?
No, I didn't.
All right. I'm just going to touch on this. The NHL is not going to be suspending them. It's probably bullshit, Pens fans, because I think regular season he would have got a suspension because it was a hit to the head. But what they did is they said that the 2-minute minor sufficed. In my opinion, it does. But here's the thing. That's not what they would have done in the regular season. So, look, it's almost like the NHL said yesterday, we're going to have 2 different standards. It's not like Russ didn't have possession of the puck. It's not like he was targeting. He caught his head. He might have hit his chest. I thought he hit his chest first and followed through to the head. And, you get hit in the head. You get hit in the chest. You got a shoulder in the chest, a flat shoulder in the chest. It makes your head snap back. You know why? Because when you hit something, gravity forces your body back. So, like, you see these guys, their head snapping. They're not always snapping their head to draw. It's a fucking inertia. Is that right? I wasn't good in science class. Right? Inertia?
Yeah.
I don't know. Well, why don't you help me out, college boy? Was there a big delay? Or just chewing gum for fun?
I'm chewing gum for fun.
Yeah. I'll get Dave Rose on you. You're chewing that gum, not showing the proper
I'm also wearing a hat, too. Don't forget that.
Did he? I know it's been a year and everything, but did he really criticize you for wearing a hat?
I thought you said...
yeah, okay, so I maybe take that hat off. That was it. Hey, dude, we're talking about hockey. I don't give a shit. Very distracting.
I'll go grab my suit out of my closet that I wear maybe once a year.
The San Jose Sharks, let's see. The San Jose Sharks showed Palmer. I already got that, Marleau, so that's what I'm thinking. All right, I'm going to get to something popped up in the Blues. I saved it for the headlines, but I'm going to talk about this with you. Ken Hitchcock, in his infinite wisdom, decided to do a goodbye tour next year. He's only interested in 1-year contracts. I think that's the worst fucking idea ever. Look, this is... I would have fired him on if he just said, I just want 1 year. I'll just do one last season. I'll let the media know this is my last season. Do a big good... But they got a shot at the Stanley Cup. They should fire this guy immediately. I don't get, like, no, you're in it for the long haul or you're not in it at all. That's the way I feel. This guy's it's not Jaromir Jagr, where we don't know where he's going to break down from one month to the next because he's well into his mid-40s. I mean, this is insane. Why? Like, well, I'm not gonna be here next year, but I'll just do one. What do you think of this as a Blues fan? And how come I'm the only one seem to be mildly perturbed by it, Jeff?
Well, I'm actually I'm kind of okay with it. I mean, the dude's 64 years old, and he's kind of at that point already where we kind of thought he was okay with going from year to year, these 1-year deals, because I mean he's been on the hot seat for the last couple of years in St. Louis anyway, and now that I mean really all he's got left to accomplish now with the Blues is win the Cup.
Well, what if they go to the final next year and lose? They're going to stay on another year?
No.
I mean, it's just stupid. You got to be. Honestly, he should have signed a 4-year deal or nothing. When he gets fired in those 4 years, maybe you know what it is. He doesn't want to get fired. He wants to go out and wave goodbye. I got to be honest with you. That's not that important. It's more important the Blues make the playoffs and they go to the Stanley Cup final and win it. I think this is making.
Maybe I don't know. Maybe it could give I don't know. Maybe it could give the guys a little extra kicks to win it for him.
I think he's, like you said, he's 64 years old.
David Ortiz is going on a goodbye tour right now, and he is the MVP of the American League. He sounds like
Patrick Lynn. He sounds like Patrick Lynn. That's what he does. Mickey Mouse.
So did Pat.
Okay, David, let's get out there and win that game.
so did General Patton.
That's true. And to kill those German bastards. Kill them. I don't know, man. I would have. I don't know. If he would have came back, he's like only won a 1-year deal, or maybe the Blues went to him. Only 1 year, pally. But to sit there and say,
that's what I'm saying. He's at the point now in his career. Again, he's 64 years old.
Then why did he say this is my last year? It's one thing to take the 1 year. The 1 year contract I wouldn't have to fight. It's 1 year and this is my final season. I don't see that being
all the time where people say this is their last year. You see that all the time.
I hate that. It's not up to the fucking fans. I hate it. I didn't like Gretzky did it the right way. He told you 2 weeks to go. I'm out. Everything else is. I didn't like the Jeter farewell tour. I didn't like the when Jordan went to the Wizards. I don't like that shit. Get in, get out. This is not a friggin' showgram. You know what I mean? I think I'm right and you're wrong. How about that?
Okay.
All right. Well, let's get back to Real Talk. Big announcement for the Real Talk and the whole Real Talk community. Sunday, June 26th, OMD Theater, Las Vegas, Nevada. Afton shows. Real Talk, the Metaphor Messiah. Right here, you're seeing him perform Notice Me. Big news for Real Talk. He's going to be able to come to your city because he cut this deal with this group. He's going to be getting to go. Well, he probably shouldn't go back to Chicago now that I'm thinking of it because it's going to look a lot like this video. But he's going to be able to go all around the planet. Come see you. And when he's in your town, whether he's in Los Angeles or he's in Pittsburgh or he's in Columbus, you make sure you go see him because you are my fan and I command you to. And I have strange and weird powers over you. That's it. That seem reasonable?
Oh, yeah.
But check out Real Talk, the Metaphor Messiah. He's a fantastic rapper. He's got a bunch of great videos on there. I like his freestyle with Ray Legend. It's on there. It's kind of they just kind of uploaded it, but it's like my favorite thing. He makes Ray Legend makes bitches bi-curious. I love that fucking line. I just love it. Make bitches bi-curious. All right, enough with the Real Talk thing. Let's get the hell out of here. What do you think, Jeff?
Well, you played the music, so I guess I really don't have a say in it.
I don't know. You're supposed to like kind of support me and say, "Yeah, let's go. Time to wrap it up." Give me a big phony thing. You look like a deer in the middle of the road. Night, flashlight, and he stands there while I fucking slam on my brakes and slide into him and I don't know, remove a leg or two. You have that over in St. Louis on the woods? Fucking deers jump in front of your car?
Not in front of my car, but I've seen dead deer.
I hate deers. They're so stupid. They're God's way of letting everybody know this is a big dumb animal you can eat. Hate them.
It is very good if you've never had.
I've had a little bit of medicine. It's like kind of spicy, right?
Yeah, it's really good.
I wouldn't say it's really good, but it's different. It's different than it doesn't taste like chicken.
It is very good.
Tommy B smells like a fanny, which fanny means cunt. Or means pussy, and fanny is a butt in the States, but fanny's female anatomy. Mr. PC, the Highland Way, another Scottish. Sirron says you should call in. Want me to kick you in the teeth? Let's hit some people in the chat. Ryan, Fred, Brub, Brand. I don't know what your name is. I hate the last year because it makes the team look like. Well, thanks for joining the chat. I'm not going to read everybody's things. Keep little cock in St. Louis. Hawks like seeing him loose. Mecca, back to the chat.
Wait, hold on. I got.
All right, go ahead.
Let me go to my research here.
What are you researching?
Oh, okay. Here it is. The Blues beat the Blackhawks.
Yeah. Keep little cock like the woman. Saran, get off your phone. Bama Fox. From Alabama. She's actually lived all over the world. Oh, this jerk off. What do you got? Some Nazi symbol on now, Saran? How did I know? It Adolf Hitler calls. Yeah, fucking kook. We'd be like those guys from Karn Johnson says Joe Pavelski. Karn Johnson, of course, in Karn Johnson in New Zealand. Hockey fan from New Zealand. Fallacious Scotsman. I think that was Matthew who called me before. I'm going to hit it. I haven't done this in a long time. But thank you very much. I hope you guys like. I hope you sub and share. Help grow the show. Only another 2 weeks to go, and we're bagging this show. We'll be doing hockey, but not as much. I'm going to see how this new show goes. That's the big plan, man. Last night in the National Hockey League, Nick Bonino scores a game-winning goal. 2 minutes to go. Actually, a little less than 3 minutes to go in the third period. Great game. Pittsburgh took the first 2-0. San Jose answered in the second with 2. Back and forth in the third. Got a hell of a hockey game. Pittsburgh Penguins, they lead the series 2-1. And on Wednesday night, 8 o'clock Eastern Standard Time, San Jose Sharks are again in Pittsburgh to take on the Pittsburgh Penguins. And we'll see how that goes, right, Jeff?
Yeah.
I'm excited. I actually got to fix my editor thing to make sure, because the last time I screwed with this, well, let's put it this way. Last time I said, get out of my crease, it didn't work correctly. Check out Real Talk, the Metaphor Messiah right now. Yeah, let's turn the volume up. Yeah, let's do it.
That cost. Fuck that. I don't need a lease for my dame. You don't gotta change, keep treating me the same. You ain't even notice how I switched my style. When they started so intense, like girls gone wild. When I got a little bread, gave hell to the feds. Swear to God, KD couldn't nada. Could notice the dreams of a done daughter. Tricks when I ball them, label a globetrotter. Talk when I bang, I murder the game harder. Headies in my past, I want them to pay homage. Skip that, that's that West Coast shit. Mad cause your crew can't touch my clique. Mad cause your gang don't impress my chick. It's the same revolution that Tupac led. Yeah, I'm used to drama and Fagos. Trying to build dreams, we started with Lego. Trying to play me, I know where the K go. I'm looking like Big, you looking like Fabo. Thanking God for my blessings, that's that good weed. There's no stressing, they remember me and they out of time. On second thought, the world is mine and that's fine. You ain't even notice me, you ain't even wanna smoke weed with me. You ain't give it up on the back of the bus with them niggas try to take my rosary. Why? You ain't even notice me, you ain't even wanna smoke weed with me. You ain't go to war with them kings and them foes and the B's and lows and that's feeling, that's feeling, that's. You ain't even notice me, you ain't even wanna smoke weed with me. You ain't give it up on the back of the bus when them bitches try to take my rosary. You ain't even notice me, you ain't even wanna smoke weed with me. You ain't go to war with them kings and them foes and the B's and lows and that's real and that's true and that's. We side that, we side.